Well, I want to give a very common sense economic indicator that a lot of people don't think about, and actually it's something you're not going to expect. It should be a little more common sense even than a garbage indicator. And basically, it relates to an old story. Probably people heard this story or heard it. It's almost like a joke, but it's not really a joke. Actually, it displays a lot of different things. A lot of times when there's a recession going on or a depression going on or a severe recession or whatever, a lot of people don't know it actually was going on until after the fact, and then it's all reported. And nobody knows when they actually get out of the economic conditions until after the fact. Now, I just want to relate this story. There's this old man. It was back in the 1930s during the Great Depression. And he basically didn't know there was a Great Depression. He had a hot dog stand near a railroad tracks, right? Near the tracks, near the train station. And every day he would go out there and go, hey, get your hot dogs, selling hot dogs. You know, the train would stop by at the railroad station. People would get on board or get, travel someplace. Hey, get your hot dogs, and there'd be construction workers having to have lunch and stuff like that. And actually, business was booming, and this was in the 1930s. So he actually decided, hey, I'm going to have to expand here because I'm going to need to get more ovens. I'm going to have more place to put the buns. I'm going to have more room, maybe more shelves and stuff like that. So he's getting ready to order stuff. And then his son came back from college and university. He sent to college. Now, he was a simple guy. He was just selling hot dogs, but he was doing okay in business. He just working very hard every day. And his son comes back from college, and his son goes, hey, Dad, you know what? We're in depression. What are you doing all this stuff for? Why are you trying to order more, expand? We're in depression right now. Why are you trying to order these ovens? This is, you're going to spend all this money. We're in depression. And then he shows the father, here's a newspaper, and he shows him the paper, and it says, headlines, USA is in a depression, worst economic conditions since the founding fathers or whatever. And the guy goes, he says, the father goes, damn, well, my son went to university. He's very smart. And, this is what the paper said. So, basically, yeah, we must be in a depression. So, you know what he did? He stopped going out every day to say, hey, mister, buy some hot dogs and shit like that. And guess what? He found out the business slowed down. He goes, hey, we must be in depression. So, you know what happened? He figured it out. And he actually, by not going ahead and keeping the wheels turning, caused the depression, basically, for himself. So I want to point this out because basically, if everybody's in this doom and gloom mode, you're actually going to make the doom and gloom happen. Just like the guy with the hot dog stand. If he wasn't told that there was a depression, he probably would have been fine selling hot dogs and probably would have expanded his business, We had to, somebody smart people told him otherwise. And actually, this works with a lot of things. It works with medical. It works with all kinds of shit. You could have, psychosomatic things, problems. You're a hypochondriac. If you think there's a problem, you got a problem. You know what I mean? But, it's actually like this. We're never going to know exactly what all the facts are until after the fact. We're going to know history really good. Going forward, actually, a lot of it is related to what you do. So, when the experts tell you the economy is going to do this, the economy is going to do that. I examined it. I got the $50 words out there. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're full of shit. But basically, that little stupid story I gave you is very common sense. Actually, people could make things bad just by thinking they're bad. Right? People think things are good. I know that you can't ignore the fact. If there's a rush of floodwaters coming at you, you can't say think positive. Don't get in the lifeboats. That's why you got your gold and silver, right? Maybe there's gonna be floodwaters of the banking system going. But you know what I mean. We got measures to take care of that. We got countermeasures and stuff like that. So and not to say that you totally ignore reality, but you can make the reality by just having a bad attitude. And that's usually what the problem is with all this doom and gloom stuff. So, some of these famous people that are all over the internet and in the airwaves on the alternative media, I don't know what they're actually doing sometimes when they're trying to spread the truth, because, you know, I tell stuff, but I don't like trying to blow it up where it's like, you know, the whole world is going to fall apart and shit, and the lizard people are going to take over. You know, I don't like playing that game. I think that's a little ridiculous because, you know, if there are lizard people, they've been around a long time and maybe they're okay. You know, I don't believe in lizard people, but David Icke does, and I don't know. It's just amazing. But, you know, having a bad attitude and negative attitude can create problems in itself. And that actually is a lot where it makes the economy go up and down. You know, if you look at the deal with the skyscrapers, why did the skyscrapers get built during the Depression? It's because right before the Depression started, the everybody thought, you know, the mood was great. Everything's going to go great. So they start planning all these big buildings with the skyscrapers, right? That's an indication when the depression's going to start, because that's usually like the height of the mood is really good. And so people's attitudes have a lot to do with how well things are going to turn out. That's a very important message. So just remember the guy with the hot dog stand. He should have just kept selling hot dogs, you know what I mean?